Hey guys, welcome back. Day two. Went through the process of setting up the Xiaomi 15 and basically I had to copy across 120 gig worth of stuff from my iPhone 13 Pro Max to this device. It took about an hour. I tried to use Xiaomi's Mi Mover app. It didn't work. It just didn't even recognize both phones, and there was no QR code that came up. It was basically useless. Anyway, ended up using the default Android tool to move everything across. And I just want to share day two experience. So there's some things I really like about this device. There's a couple of little things that have annoyed me. So much so that I haven't put my SIM card in this and moved across to it as my full-time device just yet. I am going to do that so that I can give you guys kind of, an honest experience of using it for a month. But let me share with you the things I really like so far. So first thing I really like is the lock screen and the lock screen animations. So these are called super wallpapers. They're built into the device. I think there's about 10 of them. You can download some other ones. You can probably get more from the Xiaomi theme store. I haven't had a chance to look at that just yet. So always on display, there's plenty of different options for customization. It's almost as good as Samsung's. It's not quite as good. Like, in my opinion, Good Lock is kind of like the gold standard. I really like using, Samsung's always on display. One thing I really wish Xiaomi would do is give you multimedia controls on the always on display. So if you've got music playing, those music fast forward, pause, etc. It doesn't show up here on the lock screen. You kind of just get a bit of a summary of what's playing on Spotify, but you can't actually make any changes to that. So I would love to see that in a future update. I think that'd be great. Now, the other thing I really like is the display itself is beautiful. The fingerprint scanner is exceptional. It's super quick, really, really snappy. You can unlock the phone just by placing your finger on the always on display. You don't even have to double tap it and it will unlock. Face unlock is super quick, like crazy quick. Obviously not as secure as the fingerprint scanner, but if you're at home and you're unlocking your phone frequently, the face unlock is really good. I'm very impressed with it. It's probably even quicker than Face ID, but again, not as secure. Now, the other thing I really like and wasn't expecting to like this much is how good the speakers are on this. So I enabled the Dolby Atmos support and have been playing podcasts and listening to music through the speakers. It gets super loud and it's very, very clear. At max volume, it is just a tiny little bit teeny, like it just, it gets to the stage where it's too loud. The other thing I really like is you can drop the volume down super low. So I've got another device. I'll talk to you about it and compare the two. It's the OnePlus Nord 4. Really, really good phone. Just love it. It's great. But one of the things I dislike about that phone is you can't drop the volume super low. For whatever reason, there's kind of like the last 2 or 3 volume up and down. It's sort of like really quiet and then it's loud. It's a bit annoying. This phone is much better. You can go super quiet and it's great for listening to things in bed. Other thing I've noticed is, let me just bring this in nice and close. Battery life is really good. So I've been, looking at social channels, listening to music, reading a book, doing bits and pieces on this morning. And if I jump to Accu battery, you can see, so I've got 31%. It's telling me, 16 hours, 13 hours, 21 hours. But I've had the screen on for an hour. Let me just drop this down a bit. An hour and 13 minutes. I've used 9%. So really that should last me sort of like 8, 10 hours worth of screen on time. I'm very, very confident this would be a 2-day phone for me. I'm not a gamer. I'm not a super heavy user. So battery life has been very strong. Now, let me talk about a couple little things that have just been a bit frustrating. They're not like deal breakers in any way. This is still a very good device. So the first one is when you have a custom launcher, so I've tried a couple. The one I really like is this one. I can't think what it's called. What is it? Niagara. So Niagara launcher looks awesome, but for whatever reason, it gives you this weird issue where you can't have the swipe gestures, and it will always try and force you back into using the old school, buttons down the bottom. And I hate that. It's very annoying. Like once you get used to swipe gestures on Android, it's like you can't live without them because it makes navigation so much quicker and so much easier. So that's one thing that's kind of bugged me a little bit. I would really like Xiaomi to update that. I think I may have found a fix for it. I did a bit of research on Reddit, and there was somebody that has got a workaround, but for whatever reason, as soon as you restart the device, that kind of drops off. So potentially I might have a more permanent fix for it. I'll update you on that in the next couple of days. So that's one little minor annoyance. The other thing that I have found a little bit annoying is Xiaomi does try and sneak ads in some spots. It's not like I haven't seen any in the swipe downs or anything like that, but as soon as you go to the theme store, let me find that. So, okay, it's not there. So, all right, it's not there. I can't remember how to get to it. Let me find it. One sec. I think it's in here. As soon as you go to that theme store, there's a lot of annoying ads. Yeah, here we go. So these are all the themes you can get, which is great. Like there's heaps of themes, and most of them are actually quite high quality, which is really good. I love that Xiaomi's done that. But as soon as you go, I don't know, let's go Kids Corner here. Like these are paid, totally fine. It's going to make a liar out of me. But yesterday I was cruising around through the store here, looking at different things, and there were ads popping up. There we go. So you can see right there, there's an ad there for Temu. So again, Xiaomi's entitled to put ads in apps that they own. That's no problems, but I think it just takes away from the experience of the phone. So all in all, very happy. It's extremely snappy. Camera's really good. I've only had a very small amount of time to play with it. I will move my SIM across. I've just got to move all my banking apps and 2FA and all the other bits and pieces that go along with having a new phone. I just haven't had a chance to do that. But very positive experience so far. Really, really good speakers, exceptional screen, feels amazing in the hand. It's a great, very well balanced. I find my hand is resting on this section just below the camera, so it makes holding it quite comfortable. And I can reach everything. I can reach to the top of the screen without doing, finger gymnastics, which is good. Watching YouTube's been really good. It's a great multimedia experience. And one thing that I actually want to show you guys is look how good the macro is on this. Like, that's incredible. So there's a super macro mode, and you can see there is an insane amount of detail here. This is my hand. So I was very impressed with the macro. So I'll continue to experiment with the actual camera and give you a bit more of a detailed review of that. But so far, day 2, very positive. Really like using the phone. Haptics are incredibly sharp and crisp, something I think is very underrated in a lot of phones. So overall, very happy with day 2 and should have my SIM card in here as of tomorrow. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Cheers.